To say good evening to everyone and welcome. Obviously, you know who I am. I'm Casey's very proud father today. I always knew that at some point I would have a father of the bride speech. I just had no idea when that was going to be. So when I was talking to Casey about it, she said, "Dad, you can only say nice things about me." And I thought, well, that should be pretty easy, but nobody's going to listen to me for 3 or 4 hours, just introduce you. But it really is hard to put into words a father-daughter relationship when it's just always there. She's not only my daughter, but a great person in her own right, and just fun to be around. Casey and Tom have many friends here from both Scotland and the US, and family from literally the farthest reaches of the planet. But that's what really makes this a special celebration, so thank you everyone for coming. My journey with Casey began in 1987, when she made me a father for the first time. I would go into her room and look at her in her crib at night. I'd put my hand on her head, and I would pray for her. I would pray that she would be happy, good, and a kind person. Someone that took pleasure in life and all that it has to offer. It's not always an easy world. It can be rough and tough. But that Casey would have the courage, the strength, and the faith to navigate the tough times that inevitably come. At the same time, I would pray that her future husband, if that was to be, would share those same traits and attributes towards life and love my favorite daughter unconditionally. I believe those prayers of 38 years ago have largely been answered. As a proud father and now father-in-law, I couldn't be happier for you too. You're starting a great journey together. Your journey, my journey with her is waning. But if there's one thing I could share, it's that the little things in life are what truly matter. Like I bring Mom her morning coffee every day in bed. Grand gestures are nice, but it's the small, everyday acts of love and kindness that build a foundation for a life together. Embrace those small moments, and you will have an amazing voyage in your life's journey.
Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Stephanie, and I've had the joy of being Casey's friend for 30 years, which I know you think's impossible because we are only 29 years old, but it's been about that long. Over the course of our friendship, I've watched Casey bloom into the radiant, incredibly smart, and talented woman that you all know today. I've also had the pleasure to getting to know Tom, first through Casey's stories and later through time spent together on Cape Cod. From the very beginning, Tom's steadiness, warmth, and easy magnetism made it clear that he and Casey were just perfectly matched, like two long-lost puzzle pieces. May this marriage be a place of shelter and adventure, and it is our joy to be here to witness this moment as you begin the next part of your story.
Tom, September 6th, 1953 was the day that changed my life. With the exception of a few people, a lot of folks are probably wondering what day that is, because I certainly wasn't alive, or even a mere thought. But September 6, 1953 is my dad's birthday. Had he not been born when he was, he wouldn't have turned 70 the year we met. We wouldn't have gone to Oktoberfest, and therefore we wouldn't be standing here today. So, I guess we really have my grandparents, Raymond and Dottie, to thank for this day, and Lowell for loving beer. I grew up loving rom-coms, always secretly hoping for my own meet-cute. Fast forward to adult life, and I'd pretty much given up on not just my really awesome meet-cute, but on meeting somebody in general. When it came to love, life wasn't all that kind, and I had accepted that the whole fall in love marriage thing probably wasn't in the cards for me. Then everything changed when I met you. From the moment I saw you, I knew that I would marry you. Sure, we had a few things that could have worked against us, like that whole big ocean in the middle thing for one, but I never had a doubt that you were who I'd spend the rest of my life with. Some people may have initially thought we'd move too fast, but why would you waste any time once you find your soulmate, especially when you found them later in life? It's crazy how life works out. The little Palm Beach condo, my friends, and my family, I still have all of those, but I also somehow managed to meet cute that puts Hallmark movies to shame. And the best part, getting you as a husband. Loving you is the easiest thing I've ever done. I thank God I get to wake up by your side, and I thank God your hand fits perfectly in mine, and I thank God you loved me when you didn't have to, but you did, and you do, and he knew, so I thank God for giving me you.
Casey, from the moment we met at Oktoberfest in Munich, I knew there was something about you that could outshine even the biggest beer tent. You lit up the room, and to be honest, you still do wherever you go. Since then, across airports, time zones, and more WhatsApp chat than either of us care to admit, you have become my constant, my calm, and my home with Sophia and Flora. You've made a very ordinary insurance broker feel quite interesting. You're my anchor and inspiration, and despite our hectic, often whirlwind lives, you somehow make time to make me and many others here today feel special. You're curious, brave, kind, and you're the most caring and thoughtful person I know. So today I promise you this: I will always celebrate your light and never be threatened by it. I will bridge any distance between us, whether it's measured in miles or misunderstandings, with honesty, patience, and that unshakable emotional connection that has carried us this far. And I will always remember that wherever we are in the world, home is wherever you and I are together. I love you, Casey, endlessly, playfully, and always. I cannot wait to build this beautiful, slightly transatlantic, and entirely extraordinary life with you.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Tom, you may now kiss your bride.
Tom has a couple of big attributes. Firstly, he's a very generous guy, and I mean that. Not only with cash, but you're generous with your time. You're also incredibly sociable, and you talk to anybody, everybody, all the time. With you guys together, there's always going to be great stories, there's always going to be fun and laughter and adventure. So I'd like to raise a glass to a love story that proves when the timing's right, the right people will always find each other. So if you could raise your glasses to Tom and Casey. Tom and Casey.
From the moment I met Tom, I knew he was truly the one for her. He was bought in for every moment in the itinerary, every dinner reservation, every obnoxious DJ request for Taylor Swift. And Tom, I can truly say that you checked all of the boxes. You are kind and generous and thoughtful, and you've added 2 beautiful girls to this new incredible plan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say a few words on behalf of my wife and I. Thank you all for being here today. So many of you have come from far, from the bottom of our hearts, from Casey and I. We truly, truly appreciate it. Today feels a bit like a miracle, partly because Casey actually agreed to marry me, but especially having all of her friends and loved ones under one roof, and what a marvellous roof it is. Casey, you bring out the best in me, and I think together we've created this incredible balance of being fun, curious, kind and bold. Our motto has always been classy but fun. You've probably heard that a lot today. And whilst we don't always get the classy part perfect, we absolutely nail the fun part. Now, Casey, I can't wait for the next chapter of our life here in Edinburgh and all the chapters to come. If the last 2 years have been any indication, it's going to be one hell of a story. Full of laughter, adventure, and maybe a little bit of classy chaos. So everyone, please raise a glass to my incredible wife, Casey, and to a future that's as bright and bold as the love we share. To Casey. Who loves an icebreaker? may I introduce my wife and I. With a bib, because Casey is the messiest eater on the planet. If you turn over your menus, you might see a surprise. The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, say a little prayer for you. While combing my hair now, and wondering what dress to wear now, I say a little prayer for you. Hear it up. And ever you say in my heart, I will love you forever. And ever you say in my heart, I love you together forever. Nothing to me, not you, nothing to wait for me. I run for the bus, dear. I'm riding a thing called bus, dear. I say a little prayer for you. At work, I just take time. And after my coffee breakdown, I say a little prayer for you. Forever and ever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. We never will part, and I will love you together forever and ever. This means to live without you, and don't make me heartbreak for me. My darling, believe me, for me there is no one like you. But please love me too. Answer my prayer. Answer my prayer. Forever and ever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. You never will part, and I will love you together forever. That's how my sweet to live without you, but don't make me heartbreak for me.
One more time, I'm kidding, once again.